Greetings, niggas and bitches.
You want to.
August 5th,
Bruh, these edits, bruh, low-key, bruh.
2011. A channel
About 15 years ago?
appears on YouTube serving as a promotional page for an up-and-coming company called Aviloop, a brand that boasted unbeatable deals in the world of
Here's the thing. When it comes to the bitch that was on the thumbnail, bruh, I don't know about them. I don't know about them ears, bruh. It's like, the thing is, it kind of looks like, it just kind of looks like rat's ears, low key. But that just seems about it, though. But it just seems like one of those type of bitches where it's like, it's basically, it's a bimbo. Like it's decent looking on the inside. Like it's a 1 out of 10. But like on the rating scale of 1 to 10, it's a 1 out of 10. But then it's basically like it's basically ugly as shit inside, though. You know what I'm saying? It kind of looks like one of those type of bitches where it's like it has a good face, though. It's like a reverse catfish, and then basically kind of, and then when you look at its pussy, it just looks like an uncircumcised used chewing gum. You know what I'm saying?
aviation.
And imagine sticking my dick. Nah.
That same day, 4 videos were uploaded, each showcasing young women dressed as flight attendants, detailing some of the many services that Aviloop provided.
They low-key look like maids, bro.
These would be the only videos ever.
Wait. Why the fuck are their shoulders long? Their shoulders are long. Like, this one is okay. What the fuck's up with these ones? But at the same time, it looks like the... No. Holla. What the fuck? The hell?
Uploaded to the channel. As from that moment on, the
Am I tweaking? Like, is it the same bitch?
page was abandoned, giving Aviloop a lifespan of just 1 day. The 1 day is all it would take to set in motion a mystery that remains
What? It pauses now that I click the screen?
unsolved to this very day. A mystery surrounding the
What? Okay, what?
company at the core of this channel and the services that it allegedly provided, with no one being able to answer the seemingly simple question, what was Aviloop? And the more you search for answers, the more deranged this trail becomes.
Bruh.
This is the story of Aviloop.
What? It wasn't doing this before! Okay. Bruh, my computer's tweaking, bruh. Like, I understand that I went and did some shit still, but
YouTube's darkest mystery.
And there's no catch.
like, I'm not gonna front. If people were trying to use this use this shit right here, this thing can't be trusted. This thing can't be trusted. You can't trust this shit, bruh. That face is crazy. It reminds me of that one, you know when you basically, when you see that one bitch and you just see that absolute grinning, bro. It's like, it kind of looks vampire-ish, though. And then the eyes, it's kind of like, it's kind of like confidential. It became confidential due to the fucking, like, you don't really see the eyes as much because of the fucking, the hair. Or it just kind of looks like you're squinting, though. Unless you're Asian, then yeah, nah, you're not. But yeah, like those grins, bro.
So what are you waiting for, Captain?
Now imagine if it was that one bitch with the vampire teeth. Yeah.
Welcome to Aviloop, your collective find website.
This video contains opinions and theories. I do not claim these as fact. I encourage everyone to do your own research and form your own conclusions. I do not condone the harassment of anyone mentioned in this video.
Welcome to Aviloop, your collective find website for anything aviation.
The formula for Aviloop's content was simple. A young woman stands in front of a static white background dressed in a flight attendant's outfit. They refer to themselves.
Bitch got no tits and no ass, bro. It looks like a finger, bro. Damn near flat top and a flat low. It looks like a flat high and low. The hell? You can't titty fuck this shit. I guess you could make it basically be more flexible because the loose dumpy ass is not in the way. And yeah, it's definitely not heavy though because it's easy to pick up. Because the problem with bitches is that bitches be heavier than they look. And yeah, it's like, oh fuck no.
As deal attendants, and their job seems to be sharing information about this new brand, Aviloop.
We offer deals.
This shit has to be a good fuck in the bed. You know what I'm saying? Cause like if that ain't it, if that's not it, or like you can't use this shit to like human traffic it and make money off this bitch or pimp it, whatever the fuck, then what the fuck is this shit good for then?
On flight lessons, pilot accessories,
fuel, FBO services, charter
They all got the same body types.
flights, and even small aircraft.
These scraps of meats, bro. They cosplay in with I won't say souls. They don't have any.
You don't see that very often.
The brand marketed a number of unique aviation-related services, making them appear as a one-stop shop for anyone in the industry or just anyone.
Ooh, I've always liked planes like this. I've always liked planes that have shits like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Holla. Like I've always liked. What the fuck? Here. You see, it's like, so let me get out of the way. So you see this shit, it's these shits right here. It's basically
Interested in flying.
you bitch ass nigga. And now this shit isn't showing even with the arrow here, bruh.
Aviloop.
Very often.
The brand marketed a number of unique aviation-related services, making them appear as a one-stop shop for anyone in the industry.
You see this right here. This is what I like. Like I like this shit though. Like, you know, when it comes to the whips that the car though, and then when you look at the trunk, it has this shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like when you pop the trunk, there's this thing on the top. I like this right here. Now,
Or just anyone interested in flying. Aviloop claimed to do it all, and at unbeatable prices too.
Our deals are usually 50 to 90% off.
I mean, here's the thing. I think that Aviloop would be a great thing though if they really went and pushed through it like and was serious about it though. But eventually it was going to basically fuck up too because it's like planes falling out the sky, all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Promoting deals of 50 to 90% off. It hardly seems like any.
Here's the thing. I don't like the fact that these bitches even got ties and not chain. It changed that out like chokers though, like slave chains to them though. I don't like that. And why the fuck are they standing on their Why the fuck are they not on their all fours like the bitches that they meant to be?
Anything mysterious, just your standard subpar ad from the early 2010s. But the more you watch, the less clear it becomes what exactly Aviloop did. They left their business incredibly vague. There were no prices, no locations, and rather they just listed a bunch of flying buzzwords, offered at deals that seemed impossible. For example, they list fuel supply among their offerings, but how are they actually getting the fuel and providing it at 50 to 90% off? And where in the country or even the world are they offering it?
Okay, that means that when it comes to them, they have like a bunch of resources and they could be linked to those that run the world. Because those are the richest motherfuckers in the world. They could be the ones where it's like, you know, we'll just go ahead and make everything absolutely easy for you, but we will use you as the product. Which is obvious, but that just seems to be like the only conclusion I can come to.
It just doesn't seem realistic. What they're saying sounds fine on the surface, but the more you think about it, the less sense it really makes. It just seems too good to be true, not to mention how bizarre it is.
You know, me personally, I really love things to be too good to be true. I want things to be too good. I like everything to be too good. It's just that the problem is that it's just unlikely. That's the thing. It's not realistic. But it exists, yes, but it's just that it's very unlikely. But I really do like that though, you know what I'm saying? It's like I really like to have too much money. I'd rather have too much money that's too easy, that's too, you know what I'm saying?
That this unknown company could come in and offer literally anything you could want that's flying related, with such exorbitant deals. Admittedly though, this is easy enough to ignore, and play off as an ineffective or even deceitful
Okay, so they have so whoever this is got
advertisement. But there was something else that was much harder to ignore about these commercials. With that being, the deal attendants themselves. Despite Aviloop claiming to be a professional aviation business, it's difficult not to notice how cheap these women's outfits appear. They're clearly costumes rather than real flight attendant uniforms, and they're clearly...
I think it's just because they just wanted to stand out. You could say that. But you know, one thing about flight attendants though, they're easy to fuck. So now the question is how the fuck did I not get to hit one of them?
over-sexualized too. They're essentially dressed...
Over? Oh, that's crazy. Nigga, that's crazy. Crowley, that's crazy. That is crazy. No. No, that's a stupid ass take right there. Nope. I'll give you one though. It's not. Okay, it's not. Alright? It's not even supposed to fucking wear clothes though. It's not supposed to. It is not fucking supposed to. It's supposed to be on its force. It's supposed to have no clothes on. It's supposed to have a chain around it. It's supposed to be controlled. And its slave master must be one of my niggas.
As fetishized versions of actual flight attendants, which is bizarre as one of the services that Aviloop claims to provide is staffing for flight crews, which would include actual flight attendants. Yet, for whatever reason, they chose to dress these girls in seductive costumes. If they were trying to make these advertisements look professional, they were failing miserably. And it wasn't only the outfits that had a...
Here's the thing. That could only work if it's by guys that are very easy. Very, very, very easy. That's not what it is. If they see it that way, they're just too easy. Or they just have porn brain in some way.
Strange sexual undertone to them. It was also the script that the girls were reading.
Whether you want to learn to fly, charter an airplane...
What the fuck? Nah. Yeah, I've been looking at the legs and it's like, bro, what the fuck is that thigh gap, bro? Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Dog. Like, why the fuck does it look like the Eternal Intake, but the skinnier version? Like, that thigh gap is crazy!
Or just see more girls like me.
Or to see more girls like me.
Aviloop can help.
Aviloop can help.
So what are you waiting for, Captain?
And remember Top Gun? Clearly your attractiveness increases with every flight under your belt.
Bizarrely, the videos themselves were filled...
Unless the bitches are insinuating that they'll basically suck and swallow us off to the point where we even just be feeling like we elevated though under our belts.
With sexual innuendos.
Because they're going below the belt.
Anyone who
While for me it's belt to ass to whoever
claims that humans were not meant to fly never experienced the thrill of their own successful landing. Get ready to fly big boy airplanes.
They were clearly trying to be more than a little flirty, which goes hand in hand with the outfits that they were donning. Now, some might argue that this was a sign of the times. In 2011, edgy and over-sexualized marketing was still very much in the norm, with several major companies building...
I hate the fact that basically the bitches back then, it's like, bruh, look at these are just so basic. This is so basic, bruh. It's like the only most they could do was just their tits, bruh. But everything else was just like, what the fuck? It's just fingers everywhere.
Their entire brands around the...
It's just, like, all I just see is a bunch of... I just see cameras on selfie sticks, yes.
approach. But the only problem here is that the video
Like, look at those shits, bruh. Look at them, bruh. They don't look like much. It's not there. I forgot a subscription. They look like fish sticks. They built like fish sticks. You know what I'm saying? They look emaciated, bruh. They look like a body part.
made it unclear what Aviloop was even supposed to be offering. Despite saying a lot, the lack of details made it entirely ineffective. Like the business itself was an afterthought, with the focus instead being on these women. In fact, even in the channel's description, they simply wrote, "Meet Aviloop deal attendants." This is the official page for a brand new company trying to promote its services, and that's all they had to say. That's how they marketed their entire company. Making some wonder what was actually the role of these deal attendants, and what was actually the purpose of Aviloop. The first and most likely theory at this point is that Aviloop was an overambitious company that used over-sexualized marketing to build intrigue around its brand, at a time when others were doing the same thing to great success. Maybe they weren't even off the ground yet and over-promising on services that they hoped to one day be able to provide, but for the time being were just throwing out there to get more people to visit their website. But with such a focus on these deal attendants, and just how strange these videos come across, some were left with a different theory, that rather than Aviloop using sex to sell their service, maybe sex was their service. The theory goes that Aviloop was a—
But then again, at the same time, would I stick it in? Yes. But it's just, I gotta make sure, like, because here's the, I don't know if there's any diseases or this bitch might get pregnant, or like like with the birth control, or basically it's gonna be like a headache or some shit, you know what I'm saying?
Front for pornography or even prostitution, poorly hidden under the guise of this fake aeronautics company.
And that could literally be what it is, because when it comes to billionaires, bro, they basically are linked to airplanes, though. You know what I'm saying? Airports and all that, though.
This would explain the prominence of these deal attendants.
They fuck like crazy, bro.
As they themselves may have been the actresses or prostitutes. And it also explains the
But also at the same time, it's that they could also be using these bitches, though, to basically fuck the niggas that basically get that actually books their flights. And because here's the thing, prostitution definitely is a help to society for sure. Hoes are needed. Like, the very same motherfuckers that go ahead and talk about, like, well, it's like you don't provide no value to society, this, that, 1, 2, 3, you're not a member, this, that, and this, that, and the third. But yet, when it comes to those that fucking do what's good for society, and they basically are helping our society, because there's a lot of guys out here that can't even really go ahead and basically get pussy, though. So when there's prostitution around, it basically they're for those guys, you know what I'm saying? And it also lowers the suicide rates as well. They're helping society. You know what I'm saying? But no, they don't like it. So you see what I'm saying? When it comes to so the thing, right, is that I already knew that God made a mistake creating humanity. And also dragging you and I into the shit. By making us human. But it's not even the ones that I thought that you would take seriously, where it's like, what the fuck? Like, honestly, what is wrong with people? What the fuck is wrong with people? Now I could say, you can say, that's ironic. Coming from me.
Lack of information about the company itself, as the reason their deals and services don't seem to make any sense was because they weren't actually offering them. It was all just a cover-up. And honestly, just going off the eye test, this is how the page comes across. But there are other details that make this theory a lot more compelling. For starters, in numerous videos they mention an unusual feature of their website, that users can vote for their favorite deal attendant and win prizes as a result.
You can even vote for your favorite deal attendant and win special prizes.
with one of these special prizes later being revealed to be a one-on-one video call with one of these deal attendants.
I thought it was going to basically be... Yeah, okay. That's disappointing.
This shows that the deal attendants weren't just for marketing, they were a core part of the services offered to Aviloop users, making one wonder what was actually happening on those video calls, and was it perhaps something sexual? And it goes even deeper than that, as there's a reason why I mentioned prostitution specifically in this theory, with that reason being a line mentioned in one of these videos.
To purchase this deal, you must hold at least a private pilot license and a current medical certificate.
My left ear.
Don't miss out and click on that big blue button. You know you want to.
The deal attendant mentions that
No, I'm good. If you're gonna give me blue balls like your colors, then no, I'm good. And next thing I can't find out you have blue waffles.
all customers needed to provide an up-to-date medical certificate. Now this is
Oh! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! 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 Yeah!
something that's
Yeah. Yeah.
necessarily unheard of in the aviation world, but it certainly isn't the norm,
It's a start.
at least from what I could tell. But in the context of this theory, it makes perfect sense. If they truly were operating some sort of prostitution ring, then their customers having an up-to-date medical certificate would be imperative to
Bruh. There's...
preventing the spread of STDs.
Woo, that's what I be saying, bruh. I don't want to be good caught in that.
It's strange.
But I was about to say something about the editing, though. I understood something. It said something. I get it.
Enough to make this theory feel legitimately possible. But even if it wasn't true, it seems obvious that there was something off with this channel, and we haven't even discussed the strangest part of it all. In a few videos, you can hear unusual sounds in the background.
And you want to add multi-engine to your pretty green license, this is your opportunity to do it at 50% off. Add multi-engine
There's a bitch that's fucking in the back.
to your pretty green license. This is your opportunity to your pretty green license. This is
In the background, you can hear what appears to be someone moaning in a blatantly sexual manner,
this
which was loud enough for even the deal attendant to take notice. It's very unusual, and certainly not a sound that could just accidentally happen on a typical film set, which makes it all the stranger that another inexplicable noise was heard in the background of a different video, and this one left viewers far more distressed.
You want to learn to fly, charter an airplane, or to see more girls like me? Aviloop can help.
Yeah.
Or to see more girls like me? Aviloop can help. Or to see more girls like me? Aviloop can help.
Some believe that this is yet another sexual moan, while others swear they can hear a specific word, the word help. It's incredible. Incredibly concerning, especially if this prostitution theory is true. I mean, there's just so many implications to it. Given the link between prostitution and human trafficking, it's incredibly concerning, especially if this prostitution theory is true. I mean, there's just so many implications. To it. Given the link between
Honestly, when it comes to photos like this, I'm just like thinking, did they really take this though? But it's like, hey, anything is possible. But it's like, did they ask them for this? And it's like, yo, we're about to do this, do that, 1, 2, 3. We want to go ahead and spread the word so that we can go rescue bitches so they don't have to end up like you. and then they just pose for the camera like this. Like, do they really? Like, I've seen some photos though. Like, really, is that really what is that real?
Between prostitution and human trafficking.
And this bitch is married? Oh yeah. Yeah, I like wrecking homes.
But again, this could all be part of the marketing. Maybe this was all just a ploy to get people to visit their website, roping you in with these sexualized, creepy, and even concerning videos.
But only when it comes to just us though, just us. When it comes to anybody else doing it back to us, no. But us doing it to them, yeah.
That almost demand that you dig deeper. Well, if this is the case,
yeah, I'm a home wrecker.
Then surely visiting their website would help.
But then again, at the same time, that's only if the bitch is okay with that. Like, okay, when it comes to basically fucking a married bitch, right? Of course, I'm going to keep quiet. This will never go out anyway. Even when it comes to a teacher, I was also the type where it's like, if I fucked a teacher when I was like in high school or even primary, I wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't going to say anything. Like, the only way it could get out is if the teacher, when it said some shit, or there was like a camera, or somebody saw it happen and they snitched. Well, told. If it's my boy, they snitched. But yeah, it definitely wouldn't have came from me. And I'd be seeing all these teachers just being getting caught left and right, and I'm just like thinking, how the fuck did I manage to avoid that? But then again, at the same time, I'm kind of glad because the teachers that I had were ugly though. There was only a few good ones, only so few. There was only so few. And there was only one bitch with a fat ass, bruh. As what I would like to say if I was thinking what I was thinking back then. But no, it's okay. It's just okay. Like, it looks like the bitch is basically chopped in the face, but below the torso, legs, like ass down to legs. It's, yeah, that's where it's like, yeah, you can actually look at it and think like, okay, there's something alive there. There's something that matters there, I meant to say. But yeah, even dialing it back to the trafficking thing, when it comes to these photos, do they really, you know what I'm saying? And then I talked about the teacher, and then there was something else though. I fucking missed it. You know, yeah, I missed
mystery
it.
To bed.
I don't remember.
Sexualized, creepy, and even concerning videos that almost demand that you dig deeper. Well, if this is the case, then surely visiting their website would help put this mystery to bed. At the time these videos were uploaded back in 2011, those visiting the Aviloop website would be met with a rather lackluster experience. The homepage was—
What the fuck is this, bruh? What the fuck is this, bruh?
dull and uninviting, and seemed about as vague as the videos promoting it. However, they did have an About section that attempted to describe the service more in depth. There, they mentioned that the primary goal of Aviloop was safety, as they believed that making training and other aeronautic services more accessible could in turn help prevent accidents, which strangely was never even hinted at in their videos.
Huh. So planes have been falling out of the sky before. I mean, it has, but but before it became a trending thing, though. So yeah, I've seen some plane crashes, though, like old ones, though. You know what I'm saying? Like the funniest one was 9/11. So yeah. And also when it comes to that one plane that just basically exploded as it hit the ground, though, in front of that one security motherfucker. And yeah, so basically, that means planes have been falling out of the sky, though, like more than I thought they was. Okay.
And is never
Before
mentioned
it became
again
a trending topic
on any other portion of the website. But it was in this About tab that they listed even more services that they claim to provide. Services like navigation equipment, headsets, and pilot vacations, among many other things. Basically anything even remotely related to flying, they sold it. or at least claimed to, and they insisted that they did so cheaper than anywhere else by using collective bargaining.
90% is crazy.
A process that they would go into greater detail about. Basically, Aviloop acts as a third party, partnering with aviation businesses to promote unique deals on their
Like, that must mean that they basically have like a lot of resources behind them. Unlike me, I don't...
site. Each of these deals
This shit is very fucking low budgeted, all of it.
has a quota that must be hit for it to actually go through. So if enough people buy the deal, the quota is reached and everyone gets a voucher to do or receive whatever they paid for. But if the deal doesn't reach its quota, then everyone is refunded and the deal is voided without any cost to the users or the business. Aviloop was the middleman, which could explain how they managed to offer such impressive deals and such diverse services. Though again, this is just what they were saying, begging the question, was anything actually being sold on Aviloop.com? Well, there actually was. The deals were sorted by general locations.
He's not bringing up like a sponsor or something?
And most consisted of flying lessons,
Okay, there's still more.
museum trips, or even temporary tattoos.
What?
However, there was something unusual about these listings.
Why temporary?
Bizarrely, almost every deal on the site was marked as completed, each having ended in 1969, which obviously was impossible. There were only a select few deals throughout the entire website's history that were ever even active, and even then, there didn't seem to be a way to actually purchase them. This end date of 1969 was either some sort of glitch, or it was intentionally set that way, as the year just so happens to be yet another sexual innuendo. So what should prove the company's legitimacy actually only makes this company seem more suspicious. It was like they were trying to make it appear as if they were selling all these different things, yet in reality they were hardly offering anything, and what they were offering wasn't even available for purchase. This set me on a hunt trying to find any sort of testimonials or reviews from any Aviloop customers, but strangely, I couldn't find a single one. In fact, the only proof that I could find that anyone actually used the service was an Aviloop patch that I found floating around on eBay. And the only reason that this is at all significant is that these badges were included in most of the offers on the website. But this isn't substantial in any way, shape, or form, and it's clear that the seller wasn't actually a customer and was instead a patch collector that must have somehow obtained it. Making me...
But yeah, like, also guys, keep in mind that it's like, hey, these are just all opinions and theories though, okay? Just like, we're not taking this as factual.
Question if anyone actually ever bought something from this website, and if this whole marketplace was really just a ploy. Which takes us back to that lingering theory. Just like the Aviloop channel, the website featured these deal attendants, and just like the channel, they seemed to be the primary focus. Their involvement was plastered all over the website, with the whole business model appearing to hinge on their involvement.
Why the fuck do these ones look this was the best looking one so far. There's bigger, there's like the hips, the tits, yeah, and brunette, also slightly tan. The legs are slightly bigger. They're the same size as this one, and this one kind of looks like a man. If I had to choose, I'll take this one. This is the baddest bitch they've got so far, but even this one's not enough. But I'm just saying that in terms of what they've got.
Involvement, which the site was not afraid to outwardly admit.
It's not good looking enough to even be considered a bad bitch though. But compared to what they have.
What is the first thing you look for on our deal pages? We understand. Go ahead, check out our deal attendants. They sure are stunning. Vote for your favorite deal attendant for a chance.
Which is what I would have said if you asked me that question. If you basically said that long ago, you know what I'm saying? If you said that long ago, I would have said that. But no. They all look like 1s out of 10. This one, damn near the closest one to a 2 out of 10.
To win a one-on-one VIP video chat with one of the girls.
Nah, I'm good.
You will find our models are not only beautiful, but also fun and interesting to talk to.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Because when it comes to bitches though, they're terrible friends, bro. They are basically bitches in general are boring as fuck. They're bland, they're tasteless, they ain't shit, bro. It's like, what are you doing, bro? It's like, if you're not fucking the bitch, it's like, what are you doing? Why are you chilling with this hoe? There's only so few that it's like, you know what? You can actually genuinely be friends with them though. But even in that one though, you gotta basically stick it in. Like, what the fuck are you doing? The bitches ain't shit, bro. No, they're boring as shit, bro. They're just there to waste your fucking time.